Hello, people. Welcome to my channel once again. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're not an old member, you're also welcome for tuning in again. And I'll really be grateful if you try to support what we are doing here. And what we are doing is trying to find a way to dress well and live life, the best way possible. It's a life and fashion channel. So, fashion and life, you live well and you dress well, okay? And the only way you can do this is by, watching this video, clicking the subscribe button, and clicking the notification bell and sharing it with your friends. All right, I want you to do that, and God bless you. So, have you ever done something and in your guts you know it's right, like, but someone comes along and makes you look like a fool for doing it, like makes you look wrong or makes what you did look wrong? Stick to this channel and I'm going to tell you what happened. Well, have you ever done something that in your gut you know it's right, but someone comes along and makes you look as if you're a fool for doing that, like makes you look wrong or what you did was wrong? Well, stick with me and I'm going to tell you something, okay? So, the first thing I want you to know is that the older is not always the wiser. We always think that the older someone gets, the wiser he or she becomes, but the older sometimes is not always the wiser. So today I'm going to be speaking on deceptive boldness. Like deceptive. Say it. Deceptive. I'm just joking. Deceptive boldness. So boldness is one of the tools people use for, when they want to make you believe what they're saying. It's one of the tools you use for public speaking and all of that. All right. So when someone wants to call your bluff, or when someone wants to threaten you or whatever, just to make you is a tool to certify that they are serious about what they are saying. But unfortunately enough, some people use this boldness the wrong way, and there are people you have to watch out for. That's what I'm talking about, deceptive boldness. There are people that use the boldness to deceive you or to make you go the wrong way. And the people you should really look out for are, number one, this is very important, the pastors or leaders. Pastors and leaders. Pastors and leaders are always known to be bold about what they say in church or wherever it is, all right, because they believe in what they say or what they are saying. And most times, that someone is a pastor or a leader or a bishop, whatever it is, a clergy, doesn't mean he's right in what he's saying. I mean, look at the many churches we have. We have, many denominations, and sometimes these people's doctrine, um, you know, discredits these other people's doctrine. So the question is, who is right and who is wrong? So people will use boldness to ascertain what they are saying and make you believe that what they are saying. And of course, they're going to pick everything from the scriptures. Okay, the scripture is subjective, and as much as it is relative, so people understand different scriptures different ways, and they are going to make you believe what they are saying is right. So don't let their boldness fool you. Know how to pick what is right and what is wrong, what your spirit believes or what your spirit doesn't believe. That's what the scripture says when he says, test the spirits to know if it's right or wrong. The second set of people that you should watch out for their boldness is doctors or physicians, okay? People who give you medications, who talk about your health, because they've read this in schools and they've had the degrees and they've been certified. So they have the boldness to say what they're saying because they think they are right. Sometimes the doctor can be wrong in making prescriptions, he can be wrong in making diagnosis, he can be wrong in concluding what's wrong with you. There are times when you've gone to the hospital and they've given you a test. In your guts, you know that this test is not yours. Like, there's no way you're going to be suffering this, and they just give it to you. And because he or she is a doctor, you believe in what he's saying, and you begin to get afraid of what is written on the paper. So be mindful of their boldness, okay? The third set of people that you should be mindful of their boldness is teachers and lecturers, because they already have the degree, they are known, or they've been doing it for years, they can teach you something that is wrong, and they'll be so adamant to admit it. They'll be so proud to admit that what they are saying is wrong. Of course, don't go challenging them, but know how to pick what is right from what is wrong. You can write what they've taught you in the exam, but inside of you, you know what is right and what is wrong. And the fourth set of people that you should be watchful of their boldness is our parents, our elders, our guardians. And this is a very sensitive point, or a very sensitive one. Parents always think that they are right, especially the African parents. They always think that they are right and their children are wrong. But sometimes it's not so. There are things that are wrong or that are right in their generation, and there are things that are wrong in their generation. And there are things that are right in our generation, and I think that are wrong in our generation. So it's left for you to pick the right things from their generation and add it to the wrong, or to the ones you've picked that are right in your generation as well. So you know how to pick the right from the wrong. People can speak their truth, but their truth may not be your truth. I'm going to repeat that again. People can speak their truth, but their truth may not be your own truth. Now, something happened in someone else's life and it's true in his life doesn't mean it's going to be true for your own life. Now, someone else tried something and failed doesn't mean that you're going to try it and fail. So sometimes our parents conclude their children's lives with their own experience, and that's very wrong. That they did such a thing and failed doesn't mean that their children are going to do the same thing and fail. So when your parents are talking to you with boldness, like they have more experience than you, they're older than you, know how to pick the right things and the wrong things, and do what is right in your guts, but do not disrespecting them. Understand, is very important to understand that someone is right, or that someone is good, and that someone is, right in most things doesn't mean it's going to be always right. You can see someone who is a good person, of course, has a good motive, and he's right, 80% of the time. There are also times it's going to be wrong. So don't believe everything anybody says, even what I'm saying. Don't believe what I'm saying until you're sure that you want to believe it, or that you're sure it's true. In summary, let us learn how to pick the right things from what people say, see what they are saying to you, and pick the right and wrongs from them, and use the right and discard the wrongs. Sometimes people can be telling you to go a certain way in life, and in your guts you just know that this is not the right way to go. My guts are telling me something else. Learn how to pick the right and wrong from what people are saying. Do not let their boldness fool you. Do not let their boldness lead you into what you don't want to do, or what you shouldn't be doing. Now, this is a disclaimer. The disclaimer is there are times when our experiences have not reached a particular level, or we don't even know what to do. Like, you are not sure of what to do. You don't know what was right and what was wrong. And sometimes you may feel you know what's right, but someone else comes up, and who is older or who is more experienced, and leads you to the right way. So I'm not saying not to listen to people at all, and I'm not saying not to believe in people, but what I'm saying is, at times people can have good motives and be bold about what you're saying, meanwhile what they're saying is wrong. So learn how to pick the right and wrong. But there are times when you just trust people absolutely. Like that's the place of mentors and fathers, and guidance. All right. So there are times, that's the disclaimer. Now there are times when you don't even know the right from the wrong, or your experience have not gotten to that level, or you don't even know something about this field. So you have to trust an expert, you have to trust someone older, and you have to trust someone who is more experienced, so that whatever they tell you to do, you do it. But learn how to know that people are bold even with the wrong things. Okay, and I see God blessing you. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, watch, share with your friends, click the notification bell, so that next time we will come to you with something better. Next time I'm going to be talking to you about fanaticism and extremism. That is a disease that is eating deep into the society right now. Okay, just stay tuned, and I'm going to come to you with that in the next live version. Don't also miss our fashion episode that's coming up very soon. Right, thank you. Stay blessed.